Okay, so this is basically, you can call it an intro or you may call it outro in whatever order you decide on watching these videos. I really wanted to just see what it is that I need to include, and I'm coming out of some of these things and my sessions, which this is session 3 out of 5, so that's halfway there. I want to make sure that each and every person received something out of these sessions if you took your time to to watch or to listen. Sometimes I just listen to things that I'm already familiar with, just in case I catch something that I missed prior. But just thought the best thing for me is to just kind of talk about the actual test a little bit. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself just because I feel like that's really the has been the topic of conversation when I've talked to people, and even when others within the building ask me about Google for education, because this seems like it's a buzz. It's just going around. Everyone's talking about it. It's not just Google for education. It's just Google overall. Google for business is so many different things. And if you let me go really quickly in here and see if I can show you the various things. And maybe I'm just such a Google fan, I want to share it. But if you look under learn by job tasks, and this is definitely okay, let's look at learn by industry. This is something that you definitely can tell your students about, because it goes for G Suite tips for finance, healthcare, law practice, manufacturing, media and entertainment, nonprofit, and the list goes on and on and on. I've had business teachers ask me about Google for Business. Of course, there's other things like adware, and I can continue talking about it. I'm into building websites, and I've done some of that just on a minimal scale. So I know there's interest that's coming from different directions. So you are not only building for Google for education, it all comes together. It's beautiful. I'm always excited about talking about it, but let me get back to this part because this is more so on topic, and this my point of being on topic. So I went to the teacher center. I always add the link, and I know many of you have already uh, gone through the modules to train for it. I've looked at pretty much everything that's available on here, and I've noticed that there's, first of all, they've added more over the last few months since I started my journey. And I'll go straight to the training to the training section, and I've noticed that, okay, here is the fundamentals, which would be 1 and 2. Okay, level 1, level 2. And then I've noticed, of course, here some various tools where you can just dip in and dip out on certain things that you want. But they have the devices training modules. Now they have, of course, the certified trainer course, which I'm in the middle of, and I stop and start and take my notes. So you know how that goes if you're a busy teacher. Then coding, I've started on that, and from time to time I receive emails, and I try to kind of dibble and dabble with that, but it's gotten to the point where it's just I have to put that to the side because I feel like it'll compromise some of the other things that I'm doing. Then teaching applied digital skills and digital citizenship and safety courses. So this is definitely something that the students have asked me about it. There's those students that don't care for technology as much, but there have been students that have talked about they've gone through Mimeo training with their teachers. I'm not quite sure what's available for the students for Mimeo, and then some of them have discussed Microsoft. So the students are interested in it. And then, of course, then we have tools for diverse learners and training. So these are fairly new. When I first started this, when it hadn't been that long, at that point in time, there was only as far as I recall, there was the module for devices training and a certified trainer course. And then I noticed that the coding, the CS first, was added maybe within the module, but I didn't see it right here as you were being able to start a training. So just that's a little FYI. Um, you need to go ahead and go on here if you're not familiar with it. But just for those that have not gone to the certification portion, is right up top. And I'll take you straight in there just so you can have an overview. If you haven't had time, here we go. The certification opportunities right here. So we see there's five in all, 5 certifications, and the G Suite certification um, is fairly new as well because I just remember 4. But then my focus was on getting past 1 and 2. It definitely was not on Innovator or the G Suite certification on the bottom. I was overwhelmed with Educator Level 2 for a period of time, so that put a stop to me looking beyond because it was my focus on being able to pass Level 2. So I'll go in here and that way you can just see what it's all about. It recommends for you to get the training and then make sure you use your sample exam questions. And it's here. You have 24 hours that usually they say that once you register that you cannot take the test. So that was my 3rd time registering. I've seen it the assessment be available within an hour, and then some took 3 or 4 hours. So 24 hours has not been my experience, but just make sure that if you're scheduling yourself for that you are prepared. Just because you're ready on Saturday does not mean it's going to be ready for you on Saturday. So it's a process that it goes through. It is definitely 180 minutes long. It costs $10. And let me go in here. I shouldn't have to register for level 1, but it's asking me, do I want to? Oh, let me come back out. Okay, I see register for level 1. I'll go in here anyway. It's asking me to sign back in anyway, so I'm signing back in. And this is familiar to me because I do remember the web assessor. So this is what the site looks like, where it's giving you detailed information and it's telling you exactly what I don't have to create an account. Here are my certifications. So once you receive your certifications, it'll give your expiration date, the day you took it. See, June and September. That's what it's been for you. It definitely lets you know that it's valid for 36 months. It gives you receipts. Register for an exam. And at that point in time, if you are, let me point this out. If you are not able to take the test because you've taken it before and you did not pass it, it will tell you you have so long until you can take it again. So there's no way around it. And then you can look at how long you have. You have 6 times to take it. If you miss it, and let me scroll down, if you do not pass it the first time around, you have to wait 14 days until you can take it again. That applies to level 1 and level 2. If you fail it the second time, then you have to wait 60 days. And after that, you will have to literally wait an entire year. So coming up here, I don't mind sharing and showing. So there it is. My level 1, my attempt at level 2. And so that's really one of the reasons why I wanted to do a training, because level 2, if you're getting your mind wrapped around it, it was not for me at the moment, but I knew what I had to go back to and re-study or just reapply. And then I took the second one and I needed a breather because I was having a little shell shock from the assessment. And then I passed level 2. So my next one, hopefully, will be soon. So I'm going to close this out. Like I said, if you have any questions about this, it's nothing really complex. Like I said, it gives you receipts on everything. And that is about it. I want to hear from you. I would like to know if you're scheduling, and if you're apprehensive, I would like to hear from you. I'm going to close this session out. As I mentioned before, I will share a meeting code for Saturday morning. Of course, that's the day after Valentine's. I know many people are not going to want to come on, but if you have the need, the urge, you want to talk to me, it might just be that one person that's ready, since we have a long weekend, to go ahead and start preparing. Then just let me know. I'll have a one-on-one conversation with you, or we can finally speak as a group. And I'm always open for pieces of advice and feedback. So I look forward to speaking to you. And that's it for this time around. I'll see you in a week from now.